Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It's Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and it is time for Thursday night stamping. This is my weekly Facebook Live, which then gets downloaded to YouTube. So although I don't stream live on YouTube, this is my weekly YouTube upload as well. And I have a sweet and simple Christmas card for you tonight. I'm going to demonstrate how to do one of the cards, one of the fun folds that's part of my Christmas card class for October. So I started doing a series of Christmas card classes. I guess I could probably just stop for a minute and take a breath. While people are gathering. It is good to gather, and I am delighted to be able to gather with you. It's been a busy day. It's been a good day. I went to lunch with my husband today. We have several errands to do tomorrow, and we had kind of planned to do lunch tomorrow. And I said, you know what? I think it's going to be a little bit crazy, and I think it would be better if we went today. Hey, Tasha, I'm glad you're here with me, so that we're not too rushed, because I have guests coming for dinner tomorrow night. Some very old friends I'm going to cook for. I haven't seen them in a while, and we usually get together about once or twice a year, and we've been getting together at their house, and they do the hosting. Usually they do like a big kind of Easter gathering, and then sometimes a big Thanksgiving party. And I said, well, you know what? Why don't y'all come to my house and I'll cook for you? And that way we have a little bit more of an intimate time to share and talk. We can catch up with each other. So welcome, welcome, Kathy and Mary. So I'm very glad to have you here with me tonight. Mary, where are you from? I don't recognize your name, and I'm hoping you are new. I hope I haven't overlooked you and forgotten your name. I'm usually pretty good with names. So I'd love to know where you're from. Kathy is joining us from Kansas. I like to call her Miss Kansas. And Tasha is here in San Antonio with me. So I'm going to show you what we're doing with Christmas card class this month. So what I started to share, and thought I better take a breath, is that I started doing Christmas card class series back in July. So I did Christmas in July, and then I just kept going. And I did say from the beginning that my plan was to do this series all the way through November. Hey, Angela, I'm glad you're here with me, and you're in Arvada, Colorado. Okay. I bet it's a lot cooler there than it is here right now. So I had already intended to do July, August, September, October. So this is, hey, Susan, I'm so glad you're here. Susan's in upstate New York. Next month, I'm still going to do part of my series, but I'm going to do gift card holders. Now, all of my Christmas card classes have been 10 cards. So I'm toying with the idea of doing maybe 8 gift card holders and then maybe 8 tags. So I haven't decided yet. Still working on that. But this is the last day to register for this Christmas card class, the one I'm doing for October. It's going out next week, and I just thought I would show you a little bit of the wares and what fors that I'm doing. So I am featuring this Memories and More card pack. It's a really awesome pack. You get the full pack with your card kit. I love these because when you finish your Christmas cards, you can always use some of these to do some memory keeping. Now, oh, here's my other page. Then I am pairing it with a stamp set from this Mega Suite. Now, a Mega Suite is when Stampin' Up! Puts together typically 2 bundles and then some other coordinating products. In this case, it's 2 bundles, these little sticky sequins, the ribbon, the embossing folder, and this gorgeous, gorgeous designer series paper. Now, this is on back order. It will be available hopefully the week of November 7th. So I am using one of the 2 stamp sets. And of course, you can probably look, you can see, they just give you so many ideas of how to use these products, I'm using the words and the dies. Now, with this class, these are not included, and you don't have to use these. You could use other greetings, or you could just leave off the greetings, but I'll show you the cards that you're getting, that you're making, and what you get. Let me go back to what you get. So there's the pack of Memories and More, cards and envelopes, or sorry, cards, no envelopes in this, but I am giving you envelopes for these. This is the pair of twines. I love, love, love these, Early Espresso and Old Olive. You get a half a pack of these sequins. Now these had gone out of stock, and I'm really glad they came back. So these are the things you get, plus everything you need to make these 10 cards. I will put the link on here if you want to join me. And of course you do get your video tutorials. I had been doing 2 each of 5 designs. This month I'm doing 10 different cards. So you've got a couple of fun folds, and you can see how the Memories and More cards just make it super fun to do the outside and the inside. And I think this is a fun fold as well. It gives you just a little bit of interest and keeps them from being quite so flat, because they can look a little bit flat if you're not careful. So dressing them up with the sequins and the twine, they also just, I think the imagery on here, hey Sharon, I'm so glad you're here. I think that the artwork on these is very earthy and really, really lovely. Now I think this one, I think I didn't give you anything on the inside here. So there's a variety, and you can see where we've taken even some of the little offcuts and used them. Hey, Angela, I'm glad you're here. And yeah, it is a beautiful suite. So here I've dressed it up with a little bit of embossing with the birch folder. And again, you'll get all of these die cuts. And then you can either add on the stamp set. You may already have it, or you could use some alternate greetings, or you could leave them off. But I think that what the key for me with the Memories and More is they need a little bit of stamping so they don't look too flat. Sending cheer. Again, just using these little offcuts, because the large cards are 4 by 6. So you do have to cut these down. This is the way they come. And so you do have to cut those down. But I was able to utilize a lot of the little offcuts to dress up, the inside of the cards. And I think also some of these have a, not only kind of an earthy look, but almost, very outdoorsy, really pretty, and lots of fun with these. And then here's another couple of, hey Dee Dee, I'm so glad you're here. Here's a couple more of the fun folds, and this last one is the one I'm going to show you how to do tonight. Now I'm just doing a very, very quick demonstration. They really don't require demonstration. They're very straightforward, and you do get the tutorials with all the cutting and the measurements and all of that, because you're going to have enough of these cards left over that you can easily make probably another 10, depending on how you layer them. You can do all kinds of things. I will say that at my retreat a couple weeks ago, one of my team members took this set, and she made 39 cards with it. So let's just go back and look one more time at the details, because they escape me. Okay, so you get 54 double-sided cards, 6 each of 6 3x4, and then 6 each of the 4x6 of 3 different 4x6s. So you have a lot of design possibilities there, and I think they're really, really lovely. So let's get to cracking here, because I got a busy evening ahead of me, things to do. Okay, so all I did was, and I wanted to show you this because I did it off camera. This is a sheet of Mossy Meadow. I always score mine before I cut it because it saves me a step. I cut it in half, and I just cut off, I think, let's see, Okay, so I cut off 1.5 inches. I just, and you could cut it that way to start with, but I find when I'm doing a fun fold like this, I find it easier to go ahead and start with a typical card base. Hey, Eva, I'm glad you're here, and we welcome newbies. This is actually a perfect class for newbies. These are perfect projects for newbies. What I find is I can always use that offcut. If I try to start with this size, it's atypical for me, so my brain just doesn't want to go there. So you may have a different brain than I do, but I need quick and easy, and I need simple. So I'm actually fairly good at measuring. I'm horrible at math, but my mother made all my clothes when I was growing up. As a result, I know how to measure. Okay, so these are the pieces that I'm going to use, and this is one of the cards. Now you could use this side, but I'm going to use this side. Look at that. It's already got the greeting on it and everything. Now I am going to, these are all 3x4. So I have pre-cut a piece of 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 early espresso cardstock. Again, just leaning into the kind of earthiness of this whole suite, or well, set of cards. Okay, now I am going to do something on the inside. This was one of the 4x6 cards, and you can see I did a little surgery on it. Well, here we go. I think that's the way. I can't. There we go. Okay, so I cut it into a 4x4 because I'm going to put this here. For me, whenever I have a dark color of card base, I want to put something light on the inside to be able to write. Now, and that's just where I'm spitting as I'm talking, probably because I have a sweet in my mouth. I have one of those Werthers that somebody gave me that's like caramel apple. It's really yummy. So, but it's making me spit a little bit. Now you could take the other half or the other half. And this little piece, I could cut it off and put it in here. I think it looks a little bit funky. So I'm just going to stamp a greeting up here. Again, you could put another piece of cardstock here. You could put another strip of one of these. You know, that would look pretty cute up there, but I'm going to use that. I'm going to use it right here. But I'm going to need to cut it down a little bit, and I forgot about that. So, here we go. 'Tis the season. And I'm just going to kind of center it, and hopefully it's straight. But you know what? These are handmade cards, and I'm not too bothered. Oh yeah, looks pretty good. 'Tis the season. You know what I like about that? This gives me just enough room to write, sign my name, and not get too wordy. Because if I have a lot of room to write, I'm going to fill it. And as many Christmas cards as I have, that's going to take me forever. So I have to kind of strategically limit myself so that I can get the job done. Hey, Margaret, I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, the dies on this are really good. Okay, now, let's see. I think this needs to be trimmed down. Looks like a 1/4 inch. I think, you know what? I think I probably cut this wrong. That's what I get for eyeballing and not pulling out my instructions. I actually have the PDFs done for this, and I think I just didn't get them out because I was trying to get downstairs for dinner. Okay, let's see. If you are a newbie, this is a must-have, so you want this paper trimmer. So Dee Dee is on here tonight with me, and she's getting ready to purchase a starter kit with me. And this is one of the things I recommended. This will take you a long way. It has a fold-out arm here so that you can, this goes all the way out to 17 inches. Great for scrapbooking and larger projects. But this is a workhorse. It also has a scoring blade so that you can score your cardstock. I find not only is scoring a pretty design element, but I find that my cards, they just fold better when they're scored first. Okay, so this pretty little number is going to go right up here to give me a little bit of extra interest. Boom, done. And then I am going to dress this up a little bit. You can see how that's just, I just got a little bit of room. I can sign my name here. And honestly, if I put a little bit of wording here, it's gonna be fine. So I also like that a lot of these designs, they're very unisex. You know, these would look great for men or women. And I know that sometimes our husbands, if we're sending a card from the two of us, which most of mine are, except for my stamping friends, they don't want it to be too froofy. So I like that these have a little bit more of an earthy look to them, where when I can sign my husband's name, you know what I mean. It just has that very, I think wide appeal is maybe the word I'm looking for. Now I'm going to put this down here, and I wanted to have this twine going across. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put quite a bit of seal right in here instead of putting it on the back of my card. But I am going to take a little bit more and do this and just make sure those little twine tails stay down. You know, let me see if I can lift this still. I'm going to turn this around and I'll tell you why. Sometimes I get a little bit picky, but you know. Okay, let's do this and I'll show you why. Because when I put this piece down, yes, it was going into this black, and you see how there's the black against that early espresso? Yeah, to me, I need a little bit of contrast. So I wanted that little bit of contrast there so that it really shows off. And see, I can bring it down and get the red in, and do all kinds of things depending on how I want it to look. And I like already having the seal back there, because now I can just, done. So I am going to take this twine, and again, this is actually linen thread, so it has a really nice body to it. And I have not seen, we've had Old Olive, I cannot remember us having early espresso twine before. So Lisa, you just got this twine, or these memories and more. You're gonna love them. You know, if you have a big stack of Christmas cards to do, you could easily knock that out and have kind of some different designs, and have, you know, enough where you can play and enjoy it, but not so much that you get overwhelmed with, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Where do I start? You know, I think this is great for beginners. I think it's also really good for busy people. And I'm not a beginner, but I am a busy people. So now, some people would wrap this around and tie it in a bow. Well, I like to control my bow, and wrapping it around and trying to get it straight is just gonna give me a headache. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to take a mini glue dot, and I'm gonna put it right here. And I'm gonna press that in so that it holds that twine down. And then I'm gonna come over here with my little bow. Now I could go this, no, it's gonna go here. I'm gonna go right there, like so. And as I just press it in, then it's going to stay really, really right where I want it to stay. And then I don't have to worry about it, which direction it's going, because I had total control over it. Now we're gonna add a little sparkly. Okay, so Angela, you would do the dimensionals, and I can see how that would totally work. In fact, no, I think on my original I didn't either. But yeah, you could do it either way. Now on my original, I just did the gold. And I think I'm gonna stick with that and really keep this almost like an all neutrals palette, but I think I'm gonna add a little bit more. I think I only added 3 the first time, and I think I'm going to add a few more. And again, I'm really kind of with these, the 10 cards you get with this kit, I think really should give you a springboard for making more, and give you some great layouts for making more of these, or making more of, using these same templates for other supplies that you might have. So look at that, done and dusted. I mean, it doesn't get simpler than that. So again, this is the last day to register for October Christmas card class. And you get truly everything you need. Now you will have to add your stamps and ink. And for the most part, I used Old Olive on a couple. Mostly I used cherry cobbler. And if you don't have cherry cobbler, you could easily sub out Real Red. And see, like here, I like the look of the Old Olive and the cherry cobbler, but you could easily do these all in cherry cobbler. These sequins are so fun. Whoopsie, my light just went out. Oh, I think I came unplugged. Oh, there it is. Oh, am I missing one? I always do a fifth. I think I usually like to do 5. We'll put one there. That messes with me. So all of these layers are done for you. All of the instructions come with, how you have to, where you're going to be cutting your memories and more, where you're going to be cutting your layers, and all of these little guys are in there for you. So yeah, and you will get your 10 envelopes. So that is a wrap for tonight. Quick, easy, and done. And I think the other thing, I don't know about you, I send out quite a few Christmas cards, and there are some that I'm going to spend more time on, and I'm going to make them really fancy, some of gift cards and things like that. But I do, I also need bulk Christmas cards. I still want them handmade, but I need bulk. So I find this is a good plan for me, to have some like this, and then some like some of the other classes that I've done. So again, I will put the link in this if you want to jump in tonight. This is the last day to register. These classes go out next week, and I sure thank you for your time and attention. If you are here on Facebook, I would love for you to like my page. And you can click where you can get the notifications. I do come live here every Thursday at 7 Central for Thursday night stamping. I do also download this to YouTube. So you will want to, if you're watching on YouTube, you will want to give me a thumbs up and a subscribe. And you can also find everything I'm doing on my blog. My blog is sweetstamper.com. And you will find everything I'm doing there. All the information about this class is there in detail. And also my card club, which just launched today. So there is a supply list for these when you purchase my class, Mary. And other than that, it's the items that I showed you tonight. So the memories and more, because this is what comes with the class. The sequins and the twine. Now this is an online exclusive. It's not in the mini catalog. These are mini catalog items. So that is a wrap. I sure thank you for tuning in. Take care and God bless.